Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into Kusel Stadium for ICRC's coverage of Mariemont football. I'm Will Stevens alongside Carter McGahee, and tonight it's the home opener for the Warriors as they take on the Indians of Norwood. It's a good matchup here, Carter, as both teams look for their first win of the season. What are some keys to the game for these guys?
Yeah, thanks, Will. It's great to be back here in Kusel Stadium. Mariemont Warriors are looking to take a big comeback after taking the L last week against Oakwood. Talked to Mr. Leone, or the Coach Leone, for the Mariemont Warriors, and he really wants to hit hard on the offensive line. Last week they gave up 12 penalties on the line for them, something they could definitely clean up with this week. Another thing they could focus on is getting QB Zach Mayer going early. Mayer put up a solid numbers despite the loss last week with 209 yards and 2 touchdowns and no interceptions.
And here's the kick as the Kusel opener gets underway. Norwood will have the football first, and the key for this offense is to stop being one-dimensional. Last week they threw for less than 40 yards on offense. They have to get the air attack involved or they will struggle in this one. When Mariemont comes out on offense, look for the fast-paced, no-huddle offense, up-tempo. They're focusing on that heavy this year, so can Norwood keep up? Will be the question. They've got a lot of guys playing both ways.
Yeah, definitely. If Mariemont can come out and out-condition Norwood this week, that would be big.
First and 10, Indians at the 20.
It will be number 7, Cavante Williams for Norwood under center. He split reps with Logan Bingham last week, but it looks like Williams is out there early. They go jet sweep to start the game. It's DJ Blair.
Williams, hands off.
And Carter, this kid is special, one of the best returners in Cincinnati. And we had some words from Coach Matt Money before this matchup.
Yeah, Coach Matt Money said it's the best and toughest kid he knows. And definitely tough to see because he's pretty small in size, but if the head coach of the varsity team is saying that, he's got to be bringing a punch.
Yeah, one of the quickest guys on the field. Warriors going to have to avoid him at all times. They go handoff again. This one will be stopped short of the first down by a number of Warriors in on the tackle. It was Gerard Lindsay, the sophomore.
Yeah, solid showing from the defensive line so far. If they're playing good run defense throughout this game, it's going to be a real struggle for Norwood because their pass game has not been there since last week.
Yeah, Leone told us that the defense played a phenomenal game last week. He was really happy with that. And so if they can keep that up, guys like Finn Ward and Lincoln Griesemer were going off in week 1. That's going to be a huge, huge piece of momentum for this team. 3rd and about 4 to start the game for the Warriors on defense. They go handoff again. This will be a first down, but the ball comes out, and it's Finn Warden with the football. Number 7, the All-State mention from last year, has the fumble force and recovery to start the game.
And yeah, well, this is one of the big players that we were going to mention about today. Like you said, 2nd-team All-State last year and 16 tackles last week against Oakwood. He's going to be a real threat to the Norwood defense this week.
Could not draw up a better start to this game. I was just talking to Finn about how they had to get off on a strong foot on the first couple drives of this game, and all of a sudden they have it deep in Norwood territory.
And here out comes Zach Mayer, the starting quarterback for the varsity team, making his first start at home in his high school career.
It's going to be an end around to List to start the game. He's got space. Gets inside the red zone for a first down and a good run for the sophomore Evan List.
Yeah, great start here for the Warriors. Like we were saying earlier, Coach Leone's trying to keep a hurry-up offense, 14 seconds in between plays, and you can already see that they're already trying to get it moving just on the second play of the game.
Coach Leone told me they had Oakwood players cramping and puking in their last game due to how fast they were going. This one a handoff to the workhorse Duckwall, and he is brought down.
Yeah, Max Duckwall, big motor of this offense, ran for 100 yards on 21 attempts last week. Definitely a guy to look out for as the Warriors make a push for a W tonight.
And we're going to time the Warriors a little bit here, test them. That one just off in 10 seconds between plays. Remarkable stuff, but the run goes nowhere.
Another thing that definitely already mentioned before, this offensive line, if they could hold up tonight and just avoid the penalties, they could put up big numbers against this Norwood team tonight.
Yeah, number 55, Laterio Washington in on the tackle there. This line is going to need to do a good job tonight. Mayer into the air for the first time, and this ball is caught by George, the junior. Remarkable to think. This guy, not a big year last year or this year, in game one, but he's got the first catch for this Warriors team.
Yeah, a bit of a significance there with that number 1 there. I was talking to a couple of the football players on the team, and that number 1 every year is awarded to the hardest working player on the team, and George this year got the call for it. It's great
Warriors
to see
are going to go hurry up on 4th and 5 to start the game. They're going to go hard count. Now Mayer looks to the bench for the play call. Huge decision from Leone earlier, not sending out Shatui for the kick. Mayer wants the sideline. He has Duckwall. He has a first down, and inside the 5 go the Warriors.
And that's just a phenomenal showing of just the skill that Duckwall has. He can catch, he can run, he can do whatever you need him to do on the field, and he will be a contributing factor.
First and goal as the clock ticks under 9 minutes to go in this first quarter. This one will be handed off to Duckwall, and he goes nowhere. Number 0, William Stewart DeLuca, got into the backfield there. Warriors going to slow down the tempo a little bit as they go inside the 10. Huge if they could punch this in to start the game. Mayer rolls out right, looking to throw. This one is nearly intercepted, and it falls incomplete. DeLuca had a chance at that one too. Not a good ball from the junior.
Yeah, well, I just feel like this offensive line and just the team just kind of slowed down. Once we started mentioning that hurry-up offense, the first couple plays of the drive were real fast and just really penetrating for this offense. But really, they've slowed down since, hoping they could bring it back here on 3rd drive.
Yeah, it looked like you wanted the senior Talon Vianello, who had a touchdown last week on that play but could not locate him. Now they're going to go option play. Mayer on the keeper. He has space. Touchdown, Zach Mayer. His first rushing touchdown of his high school career, and it comes in front of the home crowd in game number 2.
Yeah, and that's just phenomenal, Will, for Zach Mayer. You know, he's filling big shoes in front of Charlie Tully, who graduated last year. Charlie had 58% of passes completed and 9 touchdowns thrown last year. Huge for Zach Mayer to come out just slinging and running in this first drive.
Great read on the option there. Clearly had the option to hand that one off to Duckwall, but chose to keep it, and Shatui will boot this one through. The field goal is good, and it's 7-0 Mariemont early.
Yeah, and another big thing I've kind of realized in high school football over the years is extra points. If you could get a kicker that could just make the extra points, it's big, because a lot of times these high school teams don't have good kickers. So making extra points and getting that extra point up for your score is a big thing.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Carter. And now Norwood will have to send the offense back onto the field after a disastrous opening drive.
Yeah, looking at Norwood last year, they're really looking to bounce back this season. They had a struggle last year going 1-9 in the MVC. Currently coming off a big loss, 46-16 last week. Hoping to bring some momentum back to this Norwood team, but I don't know, Will. With how the Warriors just reacted on that first drive, especially coming off that fumble, Norwood might be in trouble here the rest of the game.
All right, so Shatui sets up to boot this one away. Remember, DJ Blair is the guy to watch for on the return here. Number 2, he's going to be on the left side of the field up there on your screen. We'll see if they go away from him like they did the first time. I mean, he's really dangerous. Ran one for 67 yards in week 1. They do go away from him. It's going to be Lindsey on the return. He's got some space, going to try and take it out of the end zone, but does not get very far.
Yeah, and smart play not kicking a Blair there. He's set to be the leading receiver on this team. 15 catches in 9 games last year, as long as 14 tackles on the defensive side, so a pretty volatile player. And definitely, as Will mentioned earlier, he's a big punt returner and kick returner. Took one for 67 yards last week, as Will mentioned, and averaged 32 yards per return last year. Definitely a threat to this special teams offense.
Norwood going to have 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line, so staring at 80 yards of field to work with. We are yet to see them pull one and go into the air yet. It's been a lot of handoffs, so we'll see if Williams wants to air it out.
Yeah, and Cavante Williams still in the QB position here, filling in Logan Bingham after playing sort of an off game last week.
Gavin Thompson joins him in the backfield here. They're going to go short on the pass, and it is deflected, I think. either way, you'd like to see them connect on that one. They were just trying to go for a little screen action to DeLuca, but they couldn't find him.
Yeah, and so far the Norwood team just looking a little discombobulated, hoping they could bring it back and bring some interesting football into this game, but right now it just looks like they have zero momentum.
It was just killer on that first drive, Carter. They picked up a first down on 3rd and 7 and then get stripped and turn the ball over. If they could have gotten some momentum there, you would have loved to see what they could have do early in this game, but now they're playing with their backs against the wall already.
Yeah, but as you and I know, these games can change in an instant. One big play and the game's just turned over on its head. So let's see what Norwood can do this drive.
Handoff goes to Thompson. Finn Warden wraps him up and sends him going backwards.
Yeah.
He was joined by Lincoln Griesmer on that tackle, the 2 stars from last week on the defensive end.
Yeah, and that's what an all-state linebacker does. 16 tackles last week and definitely more to come tonight.
Norwood, empty backfield. They go shotgun. And now a flag comes in. And we have a false start on the Indians. They're going to make it 3rd and 13.
Good showing there from the defensive line, just being patient, playing their own game, not letting Norwood get ahead of them, and so far that seems to be working. They got a lot of field left, 3rd and long, time's letting off in the first quarter.
Yeah, you notice a huge difference at the start of this first quarter, Carter. When Mariemont has the ball, they're looking to go fast all the time. Norwood has taken a long time in between plays, running that play clock down and really settling into a set before they get the offense and to get the ball snapped.
Yeah, 100%. And that's just giving this defense time to be patient.
Williams going to step up and try and run. He will not be getting there, and he is turned upside down. It will be 4th down for the Indians.
Just pure strength from Warden. I mean, expect this kid to be special this year. Senior, stepping into the shoes of the seniors that graduated last year, especially filling Lawson Wade's spot, who graduated and is now playing football at Center College. Congrats to him, but he was really the motor of that defensive line this year. Good to see Finn stepping in and filling those shoes.
Yeah, the student section had quite the reaction to that tackle. It was a pretty big hit from not just Warden, but a multitude of Warriors there. It's going to be Giorgio Stathis in the background here to field this punt. Mariemont almost gets to that for a block, but the punt is gotten off. George will let it bounce out inside the 30, and he will not pick this one up until he's out of bounds. And a flag comes in. I think we're going to get a late hit on the Norwood Indians here. I saw him lower the shoulder. I didn't know if they were going to pull out the laundry, but it appears that they did.
Just another thing that isn't going Norwood's way so far. Of course, we have a lot of football going, but it's just little things like that that can really cut into the team morale, and really just seems like all the momentum is coming the Warriors' way right now. I'm excited to see what they can do on this drive.
Yeah, you can see Coach Matt Money furious there. Not sure if it was with his player or with the referees for what he felt like was a bit of a weak call, but either way, not the outcome the Norwood was hoping for after that play.
First and 10 Warriors, 50-yard line.
All right, so this is the first time we've seen the Warriors with a little bit more real estate to work with. They have the ball at midfield to start this drive. It's going to be Duckwall and Mayer in the backfield, as always. They send Betcher in motion. They're going to get it to him. And he's going to go into Norwood territory.
That's interesting, Will. You were telling me earlier that Mariemont has a couple trick plays up their sleeves, bringing in their backup quarterback for that play. That's surprising. What do you think about that?
I was about to say the same thing, Carter. They threw it backwards there. Watch out for later in this game, Betcher to turn and throw that football. I'm telling you right now, that's something up Coach Leone's sleeve. Duckwall will pick up the first down on the handoff there.
And as we're seeing, it might not look like it, but Warriors are playing much, much faster than this Norwood team. Turning and burning. And like we said, Coach Leone wants this under 14 seconds every single time.
And the snap is bumbled here.
Looks like it's recovered by Zach Mayer.
I think I went with the old fumbled and bobbled mix there, Carter. I said the snap was bumbled. It's a professional football term.
All right, that's okay. It gives the Warriors some time to reset here, but again, just not taking much time.
And now flag comes out before they can get going.
Good reaction from Duckwall here. Looks like this could be on the Norwood defense.
Might get an offside call, and we will. So now after those 5 yards, the Warriors still looking at 2nd and long from the 40-yard line, just inside of it. Mayer will pull it back and throw, and the pass is deflected by Colton Hull. Great play by Mr. Hull. Could have stopped a potential big gain.
Yeah, definitely. It looked like Talon Vianello was wide open there and definitely could have caught it and gone for at least another first down.
Now the Warriors 3rd and 8 with the ball on the 37. Probably 4-down territory here for Coach Leone. He tends to be aggressive in these spots, especially with this hurry-up offense they're going for. Hopefully they don't need to get to that point, though. Mayer rolls out right. We have a flag on the field. Now Mayer looking deep, overthrows the receiver, but we'll see what we got. We have holding on Mariemont, and if you know anything about what happened in week 1 against Oakwood, this is the last thing the Warriors want to see.
Yeah, 100%. They definitely. This was one of the things that Coach Leone wanted to clear up heading into this game. And so far, it's just one penalty, but they really want to make sure that this doesn't happen over the game, because I think definitely the O-line is what causes them to maybe lose last week's game. I think from what I was seeing, Zach Mayer was throwing great, Duckwall was running the ball, and if their O-line could really just hold up throughout this season, I think they'll be in a really good shape to win some games.
So Norwood chooses to accept. It will be 3rd and 18. Interesting to see what the Warriors do here. Will they be aggressive, or will they hand it off to Duckwall and try and limit some damage? They put Betcher in motion to the right side. They will not go to him. There will be a screen to Duckwall. He's got some space here. He's going to pick up a lot of yards, a first down and more. He is finally brought down by DJ Blair, but a huge play from Mariemont there.
Yeah, massive there for Duckwall, finding the space, and you don't need to throw that long of a pass to make those big plays. Duckwall, with how versatile he is, he can go anywhere, and if you give him some open space, he's for sure going to get a lot of yards.
Now Mayer on the keeper, did not make the right read there, but still able to get around a man and get back to the line of scrimmage. So you'll notice Mariemont sends different guys to the sideline to get the play call. So right here, it's going to be Giorgio Stathis getting the call from Coach Compton. This one taking them a little bit long, going to be close to 20 seconds in between plays here. The Warriors want to move a little quicker than that. Now Mayer looking for the sideline. A wobbly ball to Talon Vianello is hauled in. Inside the 5-yard line go the Warriors, and they're threatening to score again.
Yeah, definitely. Talon, one of those seniors that are really filling the shoes of the kind of wide receivers that graduated last year. Big week for him in week 1 against Oakwood last week. 6 receptions with 120 yards and a touchdown.
Now they go to Duckwall, and he is brought down.
Looks like the Warriors are going to be just on the 1-yard line here. Expect him to go to Duckwall for this play.
They go quickly again, 10 seconds in between plays here, and now Mayer wants to pull it out. And a timeout is going to be taken by the Warriors.
Yeah, Leone looks a little frustrated for that. I think 100%. He's trying to really punch in this Norwood defense here, and they had a lot of momentum rolling. This timeout could go in their way, but really I think being on the 1-yard line, if they could have hurried up and just put another run play in there with Duckwall, it's 90% of that time it seems like Duckwall is going to get in.
Yeah, my apologies. Actually, Norwood called that timeout. Some confusion on the defensive end of the ball there. Definitely seemed the way that Mayer was communicating with Coach Leone that Mariemont wanted to take one, but maybe bailed out a little bit by the Indians and Coach Money, who elected to burn theirs.
Yeah, definitely. And again, this defense right now in Norwood is just looking burnt out. The Warriors have just been pushing relentlessly all the time, and here's the big play from Duckwall. and look, just all that space. Phenomenal screen pass there for Duckwall to go get a big gain and save the Warriors for their drive.
Yeah, great action there from the Warriors. You saw Owen Betcher kick out to the right. It looked like they wanted to go to him, and then Mayer turns around. He's got Duckwall wide open with blockers on the screen pass. I think Norwood was definitely fooled by that, and a great play design from Coach Leone. So now on the doorstep of the end zone, it's Mayer in the backfield with Duckwall. He will hand it off, and Duckwall pushed forward, but he just cannot find his way into the end zone earlier in this game, Carter.
Man, I really thought Duckwall was going to punch it in there. He had a massive truck on. I couldn't catch the number, but it looks like they're going to be playing on just the half-yard line. 3rd and goal, going to get one more shot at it. And yep, here's the hurry up.
And it's just going to be a QB sneak for Mayer. An easy touchdown for the junior and his 2nd of the game. How about Zach Mayer making an impression on the home crowd in his first start?
Yeah, boy, well, I'll tell you, Mayer's filling a lot of shoes. Like I said earlier, filling Charlie Tully's shoes, who was a big factor with the Warriors team last year. Coming in as a junior, you know, doesn't have as big of an arm as many people would have hoped, but so far this game and from his showing last week, looks like he's going to bring some promise to this Warrior football program.
Dewey kicks the extra point, and it is 14-0 before the first quarter has even come to an end. You know, watching that touchdown, it was unclear if it was Jalen Hurts or Zach Mayer running the QB sneak into the end zone there. It looked awfully similar to the tush push that has been coined by Philadelphia. In high school football, you cannot push the quarterback from behind, but you can dive across the pylon for the touchdown.
Yeah, clearly that worked. Still 3 minutes left in this first quarter, and it's just been nothing but outright domination here from the Warriors. They're going to go on defense. Hopefully can bring out a quick stop, which I wouldn't be surprised with how just straight dominant this Warrior defense has been playing, and offense. Both sides of the ball, no matter what, they've been showing up tonight.
So out comes the Warrior kickoff unit for the 3rd time in this first quarter. You still got Blair on the left side of the field, Lindsay on the right. I'm surprised that Coach Money hasn't switched that up a little bit to see if they can confuse the Warriors into Blair.
Blair could get the ball. I'm kind of excited to see what he could do. I feel like from Coach Money and everything, saying he's the toughest kid he knows, it'll be interesting to see if he'll return one tonight.
I mean, they're just going to intelligently play away from him again. It will be a touchback. And we'll see if Cavante Williams is the man to lead out this offense for their 3rd drive of the night.
Yeah, and clearly DJ Blair seems to be the key for this offense. But on special teams, smart for Coach Leon to not be kicking the ball to them, because clearly he's the reason he's been putting Norwood into good positions to start their drive.
They fake the handoff, play action here. Williams looking deep, didn't have anyone though, and Griesmer will bring him down just behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, kind of a sneaky upbringing here from Lincoln Griesmer. Junior, we haven't seen much of him last year, but man, he's making a big contribution to this Warrior defense so far.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the Norwood 20-yard line. We will see how aggressive they want to be here. They were looking to go to the air on 1st down, but obviously that did not work out. Tough for the Norwood receivers to create any separation on the Mariemont corners. They will hand it off here. It's Lindsay. Warden and Kiambo in on the tackle there.
Yeah, what seems to be the strong suit of Norwood's game, the run game, the Warrior defense tonight is just all out, just stopping them on every factor. Especially it seems like Norwood can't get their run game going tonight. I don't know what they will get going, because the Warrior defense is just playing phenomenal.
Lindsey and Williams in the backfield here. They will hand it off to Lindsey on 3rd down, and he will be brought down easily.
Huge stop here for the Warrior defense.
Yeah, it looked like it was Luke Robinson and Roman Hilton who laid some big hits onto Lindsey there, and the Norwood Indians will be punting again near the end of the first quarter.
Yes, well, something I wanted to talk about tonight, this Warrior team, you know, over the last couple of years, they've lost a lot of seniors, and now the senior class this season, I think definitely a little underrated. You know, you only have what seems to be Finn Warden and talent, you know, in the past classes have, you know, had talents like Lawson Wade and David Dorson and Charlie Tully. Do you think the Warriors can kind of come back this year and show that they are still a strong team even with all the seniors that graduated in the past?
I mean, absolutely. Everything's in front of them at this point in the season. High school football is so provocative. Anything can happen out there. Seemed like the coaches wanted George to pick that ball up, but it will be down just inside Mariemont territory.
Yeah, another great spot for Mariemont to start here, just around the 50-yard line. If they can get Duckwall or Mayer or really anyone on this offense right now, you can give the ball to almost anyone, and they will be a threat to this Norwood defense.
45 seconds to go here, and it just feels like Norwood needs to find some momentum, whether it be one stop on a run, you know, one incompletion for the Warriors, just something to feel like they are in this game a little bit.
Yeah, really anything right now, like you said, would be great for Norwood because just nothing's gone their way so far.
Mayer will hand it off to Duckwall. He has a hole at the middle of the field. This one will not be going Norwood's way. Duckwall with a lot of room. He's looking to the right side, inside the 20-yard line before he is pushed out of bounds by Aiden Metters, but a huge play with just 35 seconds to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, well, what a run from Duckwall. Really putting a statement into how the Warriors are approaching this game. You know, coming off a tough loss last week and what arguably many think should have been a win for the Warriors. And for Duckwall to come out and just play phenomenal football to start this game is really good for the Warriors.
And they'll go right back to the workhouse on a little counter action, and he will find the end zone. What a drive. 2 runs and over 50 yards worth of football for a touchdown for the junior Max Duckwall. Phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, amazing. Watch out for another All-State mention from Duckwall this year. He's already putting up a ton of yards this game, along with last week with 100 yards on 21 attempts. Just think he's going to keep carrying this momentum in because it just looks like he's unstoppable right now, Will.
Shatui puts up his 3rd extra point of the game to make it 21-0. And I don't know that you could draw up a better first quarter than the Mariemont Warriors have had tonight.
Yeah, well, I've been to plenty of Mariemont football games over my time at this high school, and I have not seen an offense as dominant as this in a long, long time.
I mean, it should be noted this is nothing new to this matchup. In the last 3 years, Mariemont is 3-0 against Norwood, outscoring them 93-13. So a pretty one-sided affair so far.
Yeah, you can just tell just looking on the sidelines of the Warriors. They look cool, they look calm, they look collected, and they just look like they're not going to stop anytime soon.
Yeah, with just 29 seconds left in this first quarter, Norwood is just dying to get to the quarter break. They just need something to help themselves regroup, reset, and try and put together some quality plays on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and well, I know we've kept bringing up this hurry-up offense. I think it's really, really working here for the Warriors. They're quick, and it just seems like Norwood is gassed out throughout on both sides of the ball, especially.
Now Blair will get a chance to return here. The dangerous one we've talked about for a lot of tonight. Scoots around, but a great job in coverage by Warden and Griesmer as well as Jamal Moore making a play out there. So good defense from the kickoff unit.
Yeah, especially being able to hold up Blair, which has been kind of talked about all week up until here from the head coach himself, from the rest of the Norwood roster, for the defensive line to come out and stop, especially with, players that are coming out and really showing out their first year, their first big years on the varsity team, especially like Jamal Moore. This shows like the depth this Warrior team has. They have a lot of players at team on any play.
Snap goes to Williams here. He was looking deep. Now he's going to get rid of it into dangerous territory just over the hand of Roman Hiltgen, and this one falls incomplete.
Just another thing we keep mentioning about this momentum, Will. I haven't seen a big play or just anything over a couple yards so far since the start of this game from Norwood. I think the strongest they look was that first drive when they fumbled it on third down, and since then it's just been a standstill for both sides of the ball here.
I mean, if I'm Coach Money there too, Carter, why not just run the ball, get ourselves into the quarter rig? Now we're playing second and long after the incompletion, and this drive's already slipping away from us.
Yeah, 100%, especially with Gerard Lindsay, one of your key players out here, and clearly just can't get anything going as Cavante Williams goes down.
Yeah, Rain Chin? How do you say that one, Carter?
I'm pretty sure it's Chin, yeah.
Rain Chin on the takedown there, and we will run out of time in this first quarter. 21-0 domination. We will see you at on the other side of this break. And we are back for the second quarter of football. If you're just joining us, it is 21-0 Mariemont and third and long from Norwood inside their own 20. A high snap here. Williams handles it, throws it out to the flat. And a little bit of yardage is picked up, but not enough, and it's going to be 4th and 5.
Yeah, I feel like, Will, that was one of their biggest plays since the start of this game. Really just nothing going for this Norwood offense, and I kind of feel like with how dominant this Warrior offense and defense is, it feels like a whole game has passed. We've put up 21 points and still got 3 quarters to play.
Yeah, Colton Hull on the reception there on third down. And it's going to be Talon Vianello for his first time in the punt return business.
Definitely, like I said earlier, Vianello is looking to be a big factor on this receiving core for the Warriors this year. Last week put up big numbers with a touchdown and 120 yards. Let's see if he can continue that tonight. So far hasn't gotten many looks because Duckwall has been sharing so much of the carries. Looks like flag is thrown. Good reaction from the Warrior side.
Definitely going to be backing up. It's going to be a false start on Norwood.
And Vianello gets called off as George Gior. Sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. We're going to call him George for this game because his last name's pretty tough to pronounce.
I think it's Giorgio Stathis, Carter.
Giorgio
I
Stathis.
think that's got to be it.
All right.
Everyone I know just calls him George. And this punt is absolutely flubbed, barely making it not even to the 40-yard line, actually.
Yeah, just completely muffed, and the Warriors are going to get another phenomenal starting position. If you're just tuning in, this last touchdown was scored from Max Duckwall. Number 4 you'll see is a key player as this game goes on. Over 50 yards rushing in just 2 plays. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to Duckwall again. And I was talking about Talon Vianello earlier and how he hasn't gotten many receptions or looks tonight. It was just because Duckwall's been flat out dominant on this field. And it's a good thing for the Warriors because if Duckwall gets cold or the run game isn't working, they can turn to the receivers because the receivers are just as good as their runners.
Yeah, Nick Strunk, he's been called out quite a bit to punt for Norwood tonight. That was the worst one we've seen by far, and the Warriors will start with the ball in their opponent's territory already. They go to the hot hand Duckwall, but he is wrapped up early by number 62, Aiden Metters.
Definitely got to think Coach Money was telling them in between quarters here. They got to work on the run defense because that is what killed them. The run defense, the short pass. The Warriors aren't really known, especially Mayer. He doesn't have a huge arm. They can't take it deep, so they get really dominant and defensive on the run and screen passes here, and so far that's worked for them.
Now it's going to be Owen Dunning joining Mayer in the backfield as Duckwall gets motioned into the slot, and they will give it to Dunning. He picks up a couple yards, but it's going to be 3rd and about 7 for the Warriors.
Yeah, definitely starting from this kind of field position here after a tough Norwood punt. Don't want to be giving up a 3 and out here. Now, not giving any of this Warrior offense, like leaving them any short here because, boy, they pulled off some big plays in spots where you just didn't think anything was possible. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do here on 3rd and long.
Look for Duckwall in the flat here. He's going to go to him. Mayer takes a big hit after he throws it, and Duckwall unable to reel in the low throw. Going to be the 4th down from the Warriors. We have seen them convert on this tonight. We'll see what they do here.
Yeah, and really, that was probably one of the worst drives I've seen all game, and really it wasn't that bad. They just got caught up on the pass on that 3rd and long and couldn't get really the run game moving there. Looks like
Evan List is going to be the punter here. Carter, I would have to disagree with you a little bit. To say that drive wasn't even that bad, when you start with the ball in opponent territory and you pick up 4 yards on 3 plays, I wouldn't exactly call it a successful drive.
Well, 100% will, but I feel like that was one of their worst drives. I think if you put that drive in Norwood's playbook, I think that could end up as one of their better ones just with how slow they went today. But interesting play call if they're going to stick with the punt because with how Norwood's offense has been producing, even if the Warriors don't get it here, it's pretty likely they'll get the ball back really quick.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, Carter. It's like if we stop them every time, there's no reason to believe we won't do it again. Why not try and go for it, make the aggressive play? Even if it doesn't work out, you have confidence that your defense is going to be able to hold them, but we'll see what Coach Leone and the rest of the staff decide to do.
Yeah, 100%. And we've seen in the past few years, this Mariemont team gets pretty aggressive when it comes to 4th downs. Looks like they're going to send out the offense here with Mayer and Duckwall in the backfield.
And here we go. They call off List. They put him into the receiver spot instead of the punter spot, and it's going to be 4th and 8 from the 39-yard line. They look to Walton on the right side of the field. He's got a chance to get it. It's going to be close, and I think they're going to spot him past the marker for a 1st down.
Yeah, and even after a big 1st down here, Warriors picking up the movement here. Looking to convert here, fresh set of downs. Looking to get inside the red zone here.
They go to Duckwall on 1st down. Nowhere to go. Number 14, Sam Mayfield on the tackle.
That's what I was saying earlier. Well, it seems like Duckwall's running game has kind of cooled off, but that doesn't matter. They've looked to the pass. They looked to Walton last time. They've looked at Duckwall a couple passes ago when he just dropped that one on 2nd down. But regardless of what it is, they just have so many receivers here that can really step up in case this run game and the run defense steps up against the Warriors.
They go play action here. Looking deep to George. A scary ball if you're a Norwood fan there. Ball was just a little bit behind him, but it looked like Giorgio State had a chance to make a play on it, just couldn't corral it.
Yeah, definitely. It shows the confidence that Mayer has in this backfield right now. Taking those deep shots against this Norwood defense just shows that they got plays to work with, and wouldn't be surprised if they try and take another shot here on 3rd down.
Third and long for the second time in this drive. Chase Raber motions onto the left side of your field. He comes straight off the bench. Mare looking to the sideline. Vianello wide open on the far side of the field. It looks like we will have a first down if my spot is correct.
Yeah, and this Warrior third down offense has been amazing tonight, converting a lot of their attempts so far. And earlier, I want to mention that first down from Jack Walton, one of the unsung heroes of last season.
Chase Raber on the screen here. He will get to the 10-yard line before he's brought down.
Yeah, but as I was saying, Jack Walton stepping up as he probably made, Will was on the call, probably arguably made one of the biggest plays in Mariemont history last year against Wyoming. Stepping up as a senior, hasn't gotten much playing time, but interesting to see what he can do this year.
Chase Raber down after the play on his first reception of the night. Couldn't tell exactly what happened, but he took a sizable hit after the play, so we will take a moment to catch our breath. Yeah, Carter was just mentioning that Wyoming-Mariemont game last year at Kusel Stadium. If you guys have a little bit of free time on your hands, that's not a bad one to go watch. Wyoming had not been beat in the conference in, I think, a decade at least going into that game, and there was a moment where it looked like Mariemont had a chance to take down the mighty Cowboys. Jack Walton punched in a touchdown in the fourth quarter, but alas, they came up just a bit short, and 2 weeks later, Indian Hill got the glory of ending that undefeated streak as the Braves won the CHL. Now on second down, they pitch it out to Duckwall. He's looking for the end zone, and he will have the end zone for his second touchdown of the night. 2 for Duckwall, 2 for Mare. The junior duo is smoking the Indians right now.
Yeah, this backfield is just phenomenal tonight so far. Like Will said, 4 combined touchdowns from the 2. No matter what it is with Duckwall, as I keep saying, the pass, the run, no matter what it is, he can be an impact on this Warrior team, and he's shown that clearly tonight.
And Shatui will obtain his 4th fantasy point of the night, 4 for 4 on the extra points.
Solid for Shatui. Like I said earlier, kicking extra points, if you're making those, I feel like I recall last year, Mariemont didn't really have that good of a kicker, and really a lot of their points were just came from 6, or they ran a big 2-point offense last year.
They went for 2 a lot last year, Carter, and I was rather vocal in the booth in my distaste for the 2-point play they would run. They would line 9 guys up on one side of the field, or maybe 10, and then sometimes they would go up top on a goal line fade to Cooper Naccioni. Other times they would try and punch it in with Duckwall, and the success rate was well below 50%, but I like this kind of new look. If you're confident in Shatui, put him out there, take 1 point and move on.
Yeah, definitely, especially when you're up this game. No need to take any risks. These extra points are working. This Warrior offense is working. This defense is working. This team is working so far. I'm excited to see how many more points they can put up tonight. One more thing I want to mention, too, with this defense so far. Leon was quoted last week saying the defense played a really strong game, and even though they put up 21 points, I think that also highlights how the offense and the offensive line struggles kind of kept the Warriors from winning that game. And clearly tonight, it seems like everything's clicking so far, so I'm excited to see how this defense and how this offense can work together to put up more points.
Yeah, Carter, I just looked, actually. In 2023, last season, the Warriors put up 28 points against Norwood, 34 points against Reading. Those were their most of the season, and they are already at that 4-touchdown mark in this one, so we could be seeing a little bit of recent history if the Warriors can keep eclipsing touchdowns. And a big tackle. Looks like number 17, Quinn Heiss, was in on it, but Lincoln Griesmer got to him first.
Yeah, huge on the underclassmen this year. Like Will just said, making big stops. And DJ Blair, like we keep saying, Coach Money was saying, toughest kid that he knows, even he cannot get the game going for Norwood tonight. Another thing I want to mention, Coach Leon mentioned how the outside zone runs cause linemen to hold. Another thing that's kind of a thing to look out for, as it seems like Norwood has a pretty strong backfield, especially with their talent of Gerard Lindsay. noticing that, of course you're watching film as this week progresses. They've had to have noticed that outside run really causes the lineman to hold. It'll be interesting to see if they can run that more today.
Oh, and this ball is bobbled immediately, and it is scooped up by the Warriors. The easiest fumble recovery you will ever see, and Jack Simpson takes advantage.
Yeah, and just another chance to score. It looked like, as I was saying that, they were trying the outside run, but of course, I didn't catch who tried to run that.
Gavin Thompson tried to bounce it to the outside, as you'll see here, and as soon as he makes that little juke move, he just completely loses the football.
Yeah, definitely tough, and just no life on this Norwood side. You could see how he reacted there, just devastated, because right now it looks like the Warriors are already starting to seal the game away before halftime even comes.
And Coach Money's going to burn a timeout here just out of seeming desperation for his team and what they're going through right now.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the Warriors sideline right now, and it is just nothing but smiles. This team has just played their hearts out so far this game, and boy, it showed 28-0. Just keeping the momentum going, and I think if they could score here, maybe we start to see some underclassmen or something go in the game with just up so big. It'd be interesting to see, see the talent that's going to come up for the next few years.
Yeah, I got to stay in the moment, though. Don't get too far ahead. All the Warriors want to do is make the best play that they can in the given moment on the given drive and look up at the scoreboard, gets maybe to the second half, and see what they want to do after that.
Definitely, yeah, definitely a good call there. It's going to be first down and 10 for the Warriors here on Norwood's 15-yard line. We've got about 8 minutes left in the quarter. Boy, if I tell you, this backfield duo between Duckwall and Mayer tonight has been dominant. It'll be interesting to see if they can put another touchdown here.
Warriors have scored a touchdown on every drive they've had in this game, and there's no reason that shouldn't continue right now. Little stack action with Vianella and Walton. Now Vianella goes into motion. They give it to him on the end around. Bounces it to the outside, but is wrapped up for a big loss by Jack Drenner.
Looked like he had a lot of room there, too. Big play from Jenner, because I think Talon could have gotten a couple more yards on that play. But, again, like we said earlier, just stops like that is what the Norwood team needs. Just, even if it's just a short loss for a couple yards on defense, just something to bring light to this team is what they need right now.
Now Evan List goes into motion. Mayer looking to throw. He's got room to run if he wants it, but he goes over the top to Walton. He will have a touchdown, and it is free money for everyone on this Warrior team right now. Jack Walton picks up the first receiving touchdown of the night and his first of the season.
And like I said earlier, Jack Walton, a key figure on this Warrior team to look out for this year, going into his senior year, and just all smiles on the team. Big play there for Jack. Got to be all smiles. $35-0. Just 17 minutes into this game for the Warriors. Not the start many people were probably expecting, but the one they were hoping for. And let's take another look at that touchdown, Carter. Yeah. Collected as he rolls out.
I thought he was going to tuck it and run right there, but he pulled back up at the end.
Yeah, just great showing from Zach there, just finding his open teammates in every chance possible. Great catch, great return there from Jack.
And Carter, if you're Cavante Williams, DJ Blair, Coach Matt Money, what are you saying to your team right now? What are you dialing up on the offensive side? Pick up a first down.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, Will. I haven't seen a first down from this team in a long time. And Coach Money, like you said, or Cavante Williams, they need to center around this team and not give up, because I'll tell you, if they give up, this could go even worse. And boy, I tell you, up 35, don't think it could get much worse. But if this team starts to give up now before, we're not even close to the end of this first half, it could get real ugly real fast. So just getting some hope, getting some confidence into these kids, because even just a first down right now would just be a huge gain for them.
Yeah, Carter, actually, I don't know exactly how this gets entered into the stats, but the only time that Norwood has crossed the first down marker in this game was when they fumbled, and now the kick is bobbled by Jonathan Hunter, but it will be a touchback.
Yeah, and it's just little things like that, you know, bobbling the kick returns, you know, fumbling the ball like they did on the last possession when you really shouldn't have. It's almost unforced errors. You know, I see that, you know, that word's really only used in sport of tennis, but I feel like Norwood has had plenty of unforced errors that, you know, Mariemont's had really no contribution to tonight. They've kind of, you know, maybe dug their own grave, per se, and really kind of fallen on their back foot real fast this game.
Well, we have a second here. I just saw number 25, Jamal Moore, taking some instruction from Coach Leone. He was doing a lot of football games for the broadcasting booth last year and has made the decision to play football this year. He's playing cornerback for the Warriors, and he's on special teams a little bit. And let me tell you, the way that kid's built, it is a good decision. He used to play basketball, and he has the build of a football player, about as strong as I've ever seen. You see him at the bottom of your screen now, and he's having a ton of fun out there.
100%.
And this snap is high. Williams is able to fall on it, but that was almost disastrous again.
Yeah, unforced errors. I keep saying it. This Norwood team just needs, I mean, we're talking about first downs. We need just positive yards now. You know, it's now going to second and long. Time's ticking off in the second. They need something. And, you know, like Will said earlier, the strongest they've looked is that first drive, and it was over in about 45 seconds because of that fumble. So since then, they have not been able to get anything going. And I really kind of hope we get some interesting plays here going here.
They're going to hand it off to William Stewart DeLuca.
Clearly this run game isn't working. I feel like that's kind of been the bulk of their play calling now. I know they've struggled big on the quarterback game, especially last week when they had sophomore QB Logan Bingham, who replaced the graduated Amon Collins, who really kind of was their star senior last year, but last week just did not show for it. 3 for 10, 34 yards, and 2 interceptions in their 16-46 loss. It's just interesting to see now with Cavante Williams, hoping to see if he could kind of make a play here, but you know, they call the Wildcat there and just nothing here. It's kind of getting to the point where I'm starting to, you know, question if they even have any confidence in trying to pass the ball, because this D line here for the Warriors is just eating up the run game.
Yeah, Caleb Hammond with his first tackle of the night there for a big loss. It's going to be 4th and 4 ever, as Talon Vianello is lining up to receive the punt in Norwood's half of the field.
Wow. Yeah, I just want to mention how good this D-line so far for Mariemont has looked tonight. We were talking about senior Finn Warden, how he's been so deadly, second-team All-State last year, but really, with the strength that we already have in this D-line, he doesn't have to do much, and if he falls off, fair catch there from Vianello. Warriors are going to start in Norwood territory. But, yeah, I mean, this defensive line, I've said it all game, the depth that this team has is just unbelievable, and they can attack on all sides of the ball.
And I'll tell you what, in a game that has not had a lot of positives for the Indians, what a punt from that, I think it was Nick Strunk who's been doing the kicking for this team, and that ball had some hang time on it. It had some nice rotation in the air. I mean, let's just focus on that for a second, Carter.
He's starting to look like Evan List out here, you know? Definitely, hey, if that's a positive Norwood can take out of this game so far, you know, that's great. It can just start with a punt. Now, what are the odds that Norwood comes back and wins this game? Odds are pretty slim, but if
but not zero, guys. Don't go anywhere. Not zero.
Not zero, of course.
Hand off to Duckwell. Shocking play call from Coach Leone, the way this guy's been running it. I mean, it just seems like you could hand him the ball every single time, and there's no reason not to pick up a first down at this point.
100%, yeah. Game's not over till it's over, though, Will.
I mean, I will say, Carter, Schroeder Prep Academy beat Norwood 46-16 in Week 1. I'm not 100% sure how Norwood scored 16 points in that game, watching their offense so far.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know.
How about Duckwell again, close to the first down marker?
Just cannot be stopped. I don't know how good this Schroeder Prep Academy was. Obviously, skilled enough to put up 46 against this team, but right now, I mean, I feel like we put the the Warrior JV team out here. They could still manage to score a touchdown the way this defense is rolling so far.
Yeah, Norwood a struggling team over the last couple of years. went 1-9 last year. And this one will be caught by Walton.
Having a good game so far, Walton. He's got the touchdown earlier if you're just tuning in.
I'm unclear on the spot here, Carter. We have a first down. The referees are signaling to move the chains.
Another Warriors first down.
I mean, I know we were talking about it earlier, but I think you're right. Well, the last time Norwood had that first down was their fumble on the first play, on the first drive of the first quarter.
Quinn Heiss comes onto the field here for the Warriors. Flags come flying in from everywhere. Looks like it's going to be on the Warriors.
A lot of distress shown from the Warrior sideline here.
It will be against the Warriors. They will be backing up.
And you can see on the camera there, man with the backwards hat. I'm pretty sure that's Coach
Compton, I believe.
Coach Christian Compton, just as I was about to say. Big part of the football program. I almost joined the football program myself a couple years ago. He is definitely a big voice in this program. He makes sure he's always there for the workouts.
Duckwall punches it up the gut for a couple yards. While we're on Coach Compton, Carter, it's actually a little sad this year. The way our press box is set up, there's a big middle section that we're in. There's a little room for the coaches right next to us. Compton used to be in there the last 3 years I've been doing these games, and he was so into the game, so loud, that you could constantly hear him through the wall that we have next to us. It was really something. I mean, if you don't think this guy cares, this guy cares. I mean, it's really something. It says a lot about the Warrior program.
Yeah, clearly he deserves a spot on the sideline if he's got that much emotion. I could even tell. Warriors are up 35 right now, and they called, not a great flag, especially on that offensive line. He lost it at the refs. I think that's an understatement. Being up so big, he's still passionate, and he still wants to put up more points and more points and more points.
2nd and 9 here. The handoff is not going to be to Duckwall, but significant yardage for number 31, Owen Dunning, the sophomore.
Surprised they're not feeding it to the hot hand right now. I'm not too sure how many yards Duckwall has this game, but it's got to be close to over 100.
I mean, he's got a stat line in the first half that would be great for an entire game. Now on 3rd and short, Mayer will fake the handoff on the keeper. He will have the first down, and the chains will move.
3 minutes left in the second quarter now. Warriors got a chance to put up another touchdown. An extra point will put them up 42-0 going into this half. Maybe more with how the Norwood defense is going if they could put up some more points, but they're just running away with this game.
Now Mayer will keep again, get it down inside the 20.
Really just chewing off the clock here, trying to bring it to halftime. Kind of coast into the locker room with a big lead at half. Obviously Coach Leone has just got to be feeling great. I feel like a lot of the mistakes the Warriors made last week are really kind of starting to fall off, and everything is starting to click into place for this Warrior team.
Fake to Dunning again. Mayer cuts it back to the middle, has space, gets a block up the middle of the field. Can he break one more tackle? He cannot. Down inside the 5-yard line, a big run from QB1 before Bryson Willis takes him down.
Yeah, and it seems like Coach Leone's been hitting huge on the read option here, and obviously it's been working because this Norwood defense has not been able to react to it. They keep thinking they're going to feed it to the hot hand Duckwall when really they just back up and go straight to Mayer, who seems like he's gotten positive yards almost every time.
Yeah, well, we have a second here, Carter. Very important to thank. We got Charlie Collister, sorry, not Charlie Collister. We have Mr. Collister doing the PA tonight, Charlie Collister's dad. We've got JP Whittakin, Will Cahall on cameras for us for ICRC. Mr. Eaton, the Warriors Broadcast Network director. We got all the guys in the ICRC truck. Huge shout out to everyone a part of this. I mean, without them, there'd be no hope for us to sit here in the booth and call these games. So really thankful for everyone who gives us this opportunity. Now Zach Mayer will hand it off to Dunning, and he will go nowhere.
Surprised they're keeping Dunning in there. You think they're just pulling out Duckwall for the rest of the half here to kind of make sure he doesn't get injured, or
his night might be done, Carter. I mean, Some people might want to see him set some records tonight or something, but, I mean, Coach Leon knows the smart play is to hold him.
Yeah, definitely. I really don't see a need to put Duckwall back in this game. You know, you got Owen Dunning, still very skilled at running back, but really Duckwall put in his work for the night. You know, he can hang out on the sidelines now and watch the Warriors maybe put up even more points here.
Yeah, and as Carter alluded to earlier, the question now might become, when do these other guys start to make their way onto the field? When do we see a Betcher or a Kiambu at quarterback? When do we see a Hilton at receiver?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Betcher comes out early. Last time we saw him was last year when Charlie Tully was injured. He got the call. Didn't perform as well as, you know, many would have hoped, but he did lead the Warriors to a W over Finneytown in his first ever Kusel start. So it'd be definitely would not be a surprise if we saw Betcher or, like you said, Kiambo get the call for the second half.
Coach Money all the way out onto the field trying to give instruction to his team, as well as the referees, it would appear. They're not very happy with him. But now Zach Mayer is ready to go. Second down, ball inside the 5-yard line. Looks like it's out to 3.5. Fake the handoff. They go to Vianello in the end zone. He scored last week, so he's had a touchdown in every game this season. And really nice to see from the senior. His sophomore year, he was kind of stuck behind guys like Evan Morgan and Timmy Stewart. Last year, he hurt his back and was out for most of the season, but having a big year in his senior season. And a nice slant play from the Warriors there to get number 18, the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, Vianello, a big name to watch for as the Warriors continue this season here. We were talking about earlier how rare missed kick here from Shatui. He's made his last 5 extra points there. But, you know, when you're up 41-0, well, don't think it's a big issue if you're missing an extra point. But
I mean, Will Shatui, that's uncharacteristic from the young man. He just caught an absolute knuckleball. It came out super low.
You know, 5 for 6 still a good record to keep. Again, like we were saying earlier, Warriors didn't really have a kicker last year to have someone who can go out, you know, get your extra point after the touchdown, that's big. But back to what I was saying about Vianello, a big name to look for. I was saying earlier how he hadn't gotten many looks because Duckwall was dominating, but now that Duckwall's out of the game, it'll be really interesting to see if Mayer or Betcher, if he gets put in the second half, will start to feed the rock to Vianello.
Yeah, and with just under 2 minutes left in this half, Carter, I mean, what do you do if you're Norwood? Do you try and throw the ball? Do you try and run the ball? Do you just try and hold on for dear life until halftime? Or do you risk giving the ball back to the Warriors?
Yeah, you know, well, I think at this point it's damage control. You know, they gotta come back and just, we were saying first downs earlier, and even that hasn't happened. And really, it's just stop the unforced errors. I think that's something they could work on because you mentioned they've had costly fumbles, they've had high snaps, they've had missed tackles, they've been missing the reads on the read option for the offense. It's just little things that better teams will be able to succeed at those. So I think if Norwood can kind of just clean up the messiness that this game has had, I think that'll at least point them in the right direction heading towards next week.
Jonathan Hunter brought down from behind, potential horse collar there. The refs let it go.
Minute 47 left in the first half. You're joining us. Mariemont Warriors up big. Just a pure dominant first half. I know we were talking about putting maybe some of the JV kids in here on the second half. Wouldn't be surprised if they go in to start this second half.
I mean, Carter, I remember my sophomore year probably. I think both of our sophomore years. I think Norwood got beat 35-0 by Mariemont at home, but this is by far the biggest blowout I've seen in favor of Mariemont in my time at this high school. So really fun night for everyone in the student section and on the team in this home opener. And now it is Logan Bingham at QB. They finally go to the sophomore. Cavante Williams is at receiver now, so try and change something up.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Bingham looks like, is he going to stay in? Money's talking to him. Looks like Bingham's going to stay in, but yeah, rough week last week. Only 34 yards, 3 for 10, 2 interceptions.
I mean, at least he threw for 34 yards. That's more than I've seen tonight from Norwood.
Yeah, you're right, Will. It's not a bad call, even with his struggles last week. I think just kind of seeing what can work, because obviously Cavante Williams could not just get anything rolling. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see.
Bingham did attempt 10 passes last night, so they're a little more confident in his arm. Williams more of a runner back there. He's going to go out wide on a screen pass, and we do have a completion. Now he takes it up the sideline, and the ball is out, but I think they're going to say that he was down, and it will be third down with 1.5 minutes to go. It was Colton Hull who coughed it up at the end of that play.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest gain I've seen from Norwood since that first drive in the first quarter. So maybe something's working with Bingham. You know, clearly it seems like it's been a passer. Listen on my sheet here, Cavante Williams is a wide receiver / defensive back, so maybe he's more of just a wildcat runner and maybe doesn't have the best arm.
Well, with 1 minute to go, Carter Norwood is 2 yards away from their first down of this football game. Can they get the job done?
Yeah, like we said earlier, I think just a first down right now, even though the time's kind of running out for them in this first half, just a first down would be interesting to see.
Williams back in at quarterback, makes a man miss, gets some yardage. He's going to be close, depends on the spot.
From my angle, it looks like it's a clear first down. It'll be interesting to see where they spot it.
And the chains are moving. How about the Indians with a first down as time ticks away in this first half?
You know, even when you're down 41, you gotta take the positives away at some point. And just a first down, I think. Obviously, it seems like they should have put Bingham in earlier because he has at least an arm, at least, you know, something that can get that play going. Now, granted, Cavante Williams did contribute to that play, but that was probably one of the worst defense plays I've seen from Mariemont so far this game, just giving up the run because they've been so dominant so far.
Bingham goes down in the backfield here. Number 78, Hunter Metz, in on the sack there along with a couple other guys. Took a good angle at that one. Mr. Phelps has had him working on his trigonometry a lot in our calculus class, and he told him it was going to pay off tonight with a sack, and it looks like he was correct.
Clearly, I guess math and football have a big connection, right, Will?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And as the first half comes to an end, it is Norwood 0, Mariemont 41. We will see you guys on the other side of the half as Coach Money attempts to give the most inspirational halftime speech in the history of football. See you guys in 20.
Fresh, warm hot dogs.
When I'm not selling hot dogs, I invest in a fund that advances innovations like robotics.
Fresh, warm hot dogs straight out of my torso. One for you, one for you. Oh, you're a messy one.
Cool, right? So cool.
Anyone can become an agent of innovation with Invesco QQQ, a fund that gives you access to NASDAQ 100 innovations.
Hot dogs. Fresh, warm hot dogs.
Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risk, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
Brought home the first state championship for Mariemont High School in over 50 years. He continues to share his passion for lacrosse, bringing it back to his alma mater by serving as an assistant coach for the Mariemont lacrosse team. During his
At Team Impact, we pair kids who have been sidelined by serious illness and disability with college teams from across the country. It's more than a single day.
Mike maintained a honor roll throughout his high school career and is invested.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my home. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again, then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
2008 Division III state championships. Earning series first or second team honors in multiple events. For shooting, Erica was presented with the Documents of Female Active Female. Erica continued her basketball career at Norwood University, where she played for 4 years and served as the women's basketball team captain. After college, Erica worked for the Curve Company, before pursuing a new package in yoga and selling as a program manager for Project Yoga Japan. Yoga and mindfulness resources to underserved communities in the greater Cincinnati area. She also served as a coach for
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I'm an actor in an ad who's given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Drake was also a 4-year starter for the Lacrosse Warriors and a 2-time captain. Drake served as a captain for the 2007 state champion lacrosse team, which was his first team state championship in 53 years. After his senior season, Drake was the all-time leading scorer in Mariemont lacrosse history. Drake continued his career playing collegiately for the University of Minnesota Duluth as a 4-year starter and 2-year captain. Drake currently lives in Duluth, Minnesota, coaching and officiating lacrosse.
That leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
Thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again. Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood. Come on now, how we doing? Y'all doing all right out there?
Hello, and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is Unit 1 Crew from Woodlawn Park. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Mason.
Thank you.
place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
Class of 2016. Pray. Rio is a 4-year leader in Coach Kevin Manis Water Warrior.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
11th place state 200 IM. As a junior, he played in the state championship. 10th place in the 200 IM, runner-up in the 200 relay. Rio was named All-City in the 100 breast. An honorable mention All-City in the 200
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. It made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I spend with them, it doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try to teach them. When they learn something new, and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Baby, you see, you're so right for me, and I am right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go. Baby, never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never done the
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Mason!
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home. I know you're a nasty golfer. I see
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
The Mariemont marching orders are led on field by Senior Field Commander Audrey Zielinski. Section leaders are Sophia Karakoska,
That leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again. Into the end zone. That is caught by Jaden Wood. Come on now, how we doing? Y'all doing all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is Unit 1 Crew from Long Park. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
I said, Dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them, It doesn't matter how tired you are. You have to try to teach them when they learn.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again, then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again. Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is Unit 1 crew from Woodlawn Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of this Warriors versus Indians matchup. As we get underway for quarters 3 and 4 at Kusel Stadium, it is a Mariemont onslaught of offense so far, 41-0 with 7 first-half touchdowns from Mariemont. Guys like Zach Mayer, Max Duckwall, Talon Vianello have had huge games to this point. The birthday boy, Jack Walton, has been going off as well. So a lot of excitement on one side of the hill, but for the Indians, it's been a different story to this point. Carter, what do you think Coach Money is drawing up at halftime?
Well, you know, they're down big, and if you're just joining us at the end of the half, quarterback Logan Bingham came in at the end, who had a struggle last week, didn't start today. He came in and got the only first down, or the second first down of the entire half for Norwood here. So maybe Money was looking towards Bingham, maybe, to get a couple first downs and just get some positives out of the way here, because currently Norwood has got nothing going for them. Warriors up big, hoping to keep the strategy going. Most likely, maybe not now. If the Warriors put up another score, we'll probably start bringing in some backups, which is smart to play. But yeah, I think Norwood has a lot of ground to make up to at least go into next week with something to hold high.
Yeah, well, Carter, you see on your screen right now on the side of the field, that is not Zach Mayer warming up for the second half of football. That is Owen Betcher, the sophomore. He played a little bit of backup quarterback last year for the Warriors. I heard he had a rough showing in some scrimmages before the season started and ended up losing the starting quarterback job to Zach Mayer, but he's still a big part of this team, and it looks like he is the guy tossing the pigskin around before the second half of play, so expect to see young Betcher enter the field to lead the Warriors offense.
Yeah, definitely a chance to kind of prove that he can still be that guy for the Warriors team. You know, like you said, he did have a rough showing in their preseason matchup. I think I heard 4 or 5 interceptions were thrown by him, so he's going to come into a pretty weak Norwood defense with maybe a chance to air some out or kind of show that that he matters here. As you're seeing on the screen, the student section here at Mariemont, just phenomenal. We're
alive and well here.
Alive and well. You know, we're a small school, maybe about 100 kids a class, but boy, do they show out here for the Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, Carter made a good point. The game may seem like it is almost in hand for the Warriors as we enter the second half. Obviously, this would be quite the comeback from the Norwood Indians. Guys like Owen Betcher, this means a lot to them. I mean, for him to get this opportunity to potentially play quarterback for 2 quarters of football for Mariemont, I mean, that's a lot of trust from Coach Leone, and you better believe that he's going to want to take advantage of this.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to give it his all out there. Even up big, he's going to be fighting because he wants to prove, even with how good Mayer's been doing, he's going to want to prove that he's still a good quarterback, and maybe next year, if his time comes around, or, you know, a lot of football to be played this year, maybe he can get a call-up same season this year. That would be great for him. But, yeah, he's going to treat this like he's in the 4th quarter of a game, all tied, just giving it his all because he needs to show that he can be a solid quarterback for this team. About 30 seconds until the start of this second half.
And guys, if you want to know how collected and calm Mariemont is right now, we just had stars of the team, Talon Vinell and Finn Warden, just straight up waving at us in the broadcasting booth before they went out to play their second half of football. So if you don't think these guys are confident right now, you haven't been watching enough football, because these guys are out here having a lot of fun with the guys calling the game before they go out to start this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, it's been nothing but domination for this Warrior side. Offense, defense, everything. They've been putting up first downs when needed. 3rd and long, doesn't matter. They're converting. Extra points, kicking-wise, punting-wise, which I think they've maybe had to punt the ball. I don't know. Have they punted the ball yet, Will?
They have not, Carter. Every Mariemont possession thus far has ended in a touchdown, and every Norwood possession has ended in either a turnover or a punt with just 2 first downs picked up in that first half.
Yeah, and clearly their punts have not been good. I think their last punt actually was their best one that went about maybe 30 yards. Other ones than that have been muffed or whatever it was. Didn't go very far because most of the time the Warriors were in scoring position here.
Yeah, and to this point in the game, the Warriors have dominated possession, and yet they are receiving the second half kickoff. That's just how good they've been and how efficient they've been so far. So we'll see what this offense looks like up by 41 in the second half.
Yeah, another thing I want to mention is the unforced errors that I talked about if you've been tuning in since the start of this game. Norwood's had a lot of them. You know, dropping easy runs and fumbling and turning it over or missing the snap. And even here, that kick was pretty brutal.
Looks like it's Roman Hilgen on the return. Trucks a man at about the 40-yard line. He ran right over Sam Mayfield.
Yeah, and putting the Warriors just coming out running into the second half, capitalizing on a bad kick, getting the start on the 40-yard line. Interested to see what Betcher can do here.
Yeah, we are assuming, and now we are confirming that it is Owen Betcher coming out for this second half of play. I'm sure Zach Mayer not too displeased to receive the news that he'll be riding the pine for the next 24 minutes of gameplay.
Looking like they're still sticking with a bulk of their run here. They've kept Owen Dunning in the backfield because Max Duckwall, was talking about his brother who graduated last year. Max Duckwall had an amazing first half. Not too sure the amount of yards, but I think it was well in the triple digits with 2 touchdowns. So he got the call to head to the sideline early, and a phenomenal night for him, honestly. I mean, really contributed there.
Yeah, Owen Dunning, back-to-back rushes for looks like about -2 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 12 for the Warriors. Could we see the first punt of the game for this Mariemont team?
Yeah, you know, well, I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors just look a little bit weaker this half. They got, you know, some backups in, trying to, you know, show off their talent still against a full-strength Norwood team. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors maybe slow down just a little bit going
They do go out to Georgio State this year. This one, it falls incomplete, and 4th and 12 for the Warriors. So Norwood showing signs of life to start the second half.
Yeah, first punt the Warriors are going to have for this entire game. As you can see, student section is bumping.
to experience the do it chants from the student section and the cheerleaders. You've never truly been to a high school football game. It's what a time down there, but we're having plenty of fun up in the booth, Carter.
Yeah, we're having fun. The students are having fun. The team's having fun. The Warriors are having fun. Say, maybe not Norwood. Norwood team really just looking lifeless over there on that sideline. And
bit of confusion from Quinn Heiss here, who's going to be punting this football away. Or is that Evan List? Looks like it's going to be List.
They're going to fake it.
And he's going to fake the punt and pick up a first down.
Oh, my goodness, William.
I mean,
the struggles continue for Norwood. This has got to be a real heartbreak. You know, you're thinking you finally stopped them. You're going to get a chance to, you know, maybe go put some points up, and you give up a fake punt on 4th and long. I mean, that is just heartbreaking.
And I mean, Carter, this is where a debate is going to come into play, and I guarantee you people are talking about this right now. You want to give everything you have till the last whistle, no doubt about it. You want to be trying hard at all times. You want to be getting better at all times. I've seen the Warriors play over the last couple of years. They fake a lot of punts. That's something they do. It's part of their game. They have a little read option going on where Liz can choose to punt it or run with it. But in this situation, it's 41-0 in the third quarter. You have a lot of your JV team in the game. And you fake a punt on 4th and 12. Do you think that could be taken the wrong way by some people?
Honestly, Will, I think it's a great call. Honestly, I mean, just you're not going to back down. It's football. It's competitive. I mean, it's hard. And I don't think Leon, especially coming off of an extremely tough loss this week at a game they should have won, he's going to go all out full force until that final whistle, honestly. And just, I think, you know, punting that there would have been fine. But also, it highlighted that running the fake punt, it highlights that Norwood wasn't 100% ready for it. I mean, it's kind of how they've been all game. 4th and long, even with a fake punt, I mean, you should be able to stop that most of the time. And they just looked not even ready for it. So I guess it was kind of just, in a sense, it could be taken in the wrong way as unsportsmanlike for some people. But I think if you've experienced how football works and stuff, obviously Norwood wasn't ready for it. And Leon was just kind of highlighting that.
Yeah, it looked like after that play, Norwood's Latario Washington was a bit shaken up, but he was able to walk off the field on his own power, which is always good to see. Now we have the Warriors offense back in action with Betcher and Dunn in the backfield. I see Walton out there as well as Vianello and George on the top left of your screen.
Interesting call putting Vianello in with just up so much, but obviously giving him some reps. As we see Owen Dunning get a couple yards.
Now it looks like Vianello taken out for List is in the game for him now. They're going to fake the handoff. Betcher on the keeper. He will have a first down and more up the sideline. Only DJ Blair to beat, and he is pushed out of bounds inside the red zone. Nice run from the sophomore.
And, well, this is what I mentioned all game. The read option on this Warrior offense is lethal. We saw it with Zach Mayer earlier. We saw it with now Owen Betcher. As here you see the replay, and he just takes off. The defense every time has been ready for that run, and the QB just ran away with it, whether it be Mayer or Betcher. Great call there from Coach Leon.
Now the Warriors going away from their signature no-huddle offense, taking a moment to gather themselves before they start this red zone drive.
Yeah, I know we talked about earlier in the game. Coach Leon wanted that 14 seconds between plays with the hurry-up offense. I think right now they're playing to chew the clock. Really, there's no need to play so fast when you're up so big. Take your time, be patient. You know, just make sure everything is 100% correct before you run the play, because really there's no need to put even more pressure on this defense right now up so big.
Hand off to Dunning. He cuts it back to the middle of the field and crawls toward the 10-yard line. Looks like he'll be down about the 12.
Another really good look for the Warriors to score here. It'd be interesting to see. Again, we mentioned it earlier. Warriors up so big, but Owen Betcher really giving it his all out there, because this might be one of his few chances throughout the season to get some reps in at quarterback.
Looks like number 10, Davis Kaler, is in the game. Sorry for my excitement. I'm a big fan of Mr. Kaler's. Owen Dunning now marching toward the end zone, and he will score the first touchdown of Owen Dunning's Mariemont football varsity career, and it comes under the lights at home. An exciting moment for that young man. I'm sure he's pumped up. I'm sure the student section's pumped up.
Yeah, and if you look at the replay here, he just trucks through the entire, I mean, two men there. And just a phenomenal play from the underclassmen. Good to see him coming out. We got a new kicker in.
Yeah, Mayfield and Hunter were just tossed on this one. And here comes Mitchell Barr, a fan favorite, trying to put up the extra point after Shatui missed the last one. Oh, and that's a beauty of a kick.
What a kick. What
Absolutely stripes it, and the fans are into that one.
And just boosting the team morale. Mitch Barr, like Will said, big team favorite, big school favorite, big fan favorite.
Look at the love he's getting as he heads over to the bench. I mean, that is some special stuff right there, folks. And that is the first point of Mitchell Barr's varsity football career at the kicking position.
You know, Will, 1 point is just 1 point. When you're up 48-0, it might not mean much, but boy, did that mean a lot to Mitchell Barr. And it meant a lot to us over here with ICRC.
See some Talon Vianello, one of the senior leaders of this team, giving him some love. We do have Finn Warden walking away from the huddle disappointedly. I think he wanted to go back into that game, but they were not letting that happen.
You know, I love Finn. I don't think he's going to get any more reps this game. He dominated in the first half on defense.
I mean, you got to respect the commitment and the love for the game.
100%. He just wants to play, but, you know, there's no need to risk injury when you're up 48 points.
Yeah, I think he's well aware of the situation, and he's needed for some bigger moments.
That's all right. You know, he'll get to sit and watch from the sidelines, so he'll get plenty of play time the rest of the year. Just, you know, Will, we went into this game knowing the Warriors were favored, and we knew that they were looking strong coming off of the loss last week, even though they played really well. But boy, do I tell you, I did not think this was going to happen tonight.
Yeah, Carter, this is the most points the Warriors have put up in a long time. We'll try and get some historical data to you on the last time the Warriors had a offensive showing of this magnitude. As Mitchell Barr, after his success on the extra point, comes out to pooch kick one away. Going to be returned by the Indians. And this one is brought out to the 30-yard line.
Turn that right. Number 5, Nick Strunk. It also seems, we talked about DJ Blair going into this game with how Coach Money said he was the toughest kid he ever met. Haven't seen much from the kid. Haven't seen much from him as the game has gone on. But, I mean, really, what can one guy do against this team of 11? I mean, it's just, it's unstoppable.
Yeah, and I will say while we have a moment here and doing research for this game, I came across a great Fox 19 article about DJ Blair and just the journey that kid's been on. He's got multiple Division II and Division III offers to play college football, something that means a lot to him in terms of looking at his next steps. Him and Coach Money have a great relationship with each other. If you have an opportunity, it's really a nice article to go check out. It does a great job of capturing just what football means to a kid who was on a team that went 1-9 last year, not finding a ton of success, but he's a standout player on this Indian team.
Back comes Logan Bingham.
He's going to sling it here. Out wide to Blair. Speak of the devil.
Hard hit there. Number 25, Jamal Moore, like we said earlier, one of the tougher kids you'll see on this team. Will said earlier he ran a lot of the broadcasts last year. I'm happy I got to fill his spot, but boy, yeah. Real threat. He's plays basketball, plays football, just a dominant athlete, and that tackle really highlighted it there.
All right, so the next milestone that we've got on our radar here is in 2021, the Warriors beat the Finneytown Wildcats 51-14. It would appear that margin is going to be eclipsed tonight.
Yeah.
Definitely by margin of victory. We'll see if the total points can get over that hump. As Bingham rolls out right, he is chased down and pushed out of bounds for a huge loss by Caleb Hammond.
I want to see what's going to be our largest margin of victory. That was what, 51-14?
Yeah, that was 51-14. There was a 35-0 against Norwood. I mean, you're going to have to go back pretty far. There was a 41-6 some years ago, but we've eclipsed that by now.
So, looks like it's going to be the biggest margin of victory for the Warriors in, dare I say,
I mean, guys, we'll keep looking, but it's going to...
We're back into 2018, and we still cannot find a bigger margin of victory.
62-0 at Deer Park is going to be our winner today, folks. We will see if 62-0 can become the new mark to beat for this Warrior
I can see
team.
it. Betcher looks strong in that first drive. Be interesting to see. I think it's possible if they can stop this defense.
Bingham throws over the middle, and the ball is dropped by Lindsay.
And that's really just, I mean, that's an example of how Norwood's game has gone today. Even Bingham, you can see Bingham's visibly frustrated, walking back to the sidelines. He threw a good pass there, and it was dropped by the wide receiver. Just a lot of unforced errors today. But hopefully Norwood can come back next week. They're playing Deer Park, just like we mentioned last week. Granted, they did lose. What year was that, Will?
2017, maybe? It was almost a decade ago. I didn't bother to look any further than that.
7 years ago, they weren't a very good football team. It'll be
whoa! This is an interesting
Well,
snap,
right.
And the kick is off. It's a line drive.
Biggest punt of the night.
But Vianello is on the return. We'll see if they can bring him down. Pretty big collision there between Vianello and a couple other Indians. But a nice kick from Mr. Strunk there. Carter, we've got a second here. Shout out to a lot of the other sports going on at Mariemont right now. The boys and girls soccer teams both took on Indian Hill this week. Boys came up a little bit short. Very talented Indian Hill soccer team. But the girls pulled out a huge win at home. Stand-up performance from Miller Spreen with a brace. So huge play from them. The cross-country team here has a meet tomorrow. The golf team is going to be up in Columbus playing a tournament. Those guys are having a big year so far, Carter. I've heard they took down Finneytown, I think, yesterday. So definitely a hot start to the year. They won the Madeira Invitational earlier this year, beat Wyoming as well. So they're looking to do some big things as well as the other teams out here at Mariemont High School.
Yeah, our number 3 guy beat this kid named Finley Bartlett. Not too sure if you've heard of him. He is a big Ohio State commitment. But yeah.
Oh, and a fumble here for the Warriors. They've turned it over. I tell you what, guys, you look away for just a second and you never know what can happen.
That's what I'm saying. Game's not over. Game's not over.
But
right?
they do recover the punt. It definitely looked like William Stewart DeLuca had a chance to fall on it, but he just couldn't quite corral
it. It really looked like Norwood recovered that. But back to the more important things, mentioning the boys golf team. I just want to put a shout out there to not only the golf team, all of fall sports just work so hard, start, especially with the football team. Football team starts their liftings and over the winter. And
fake handoff here, and Betcher with another huge run. He's going to get a first down and more into Norwood territory. What a play from number 9.
What almost was a good look for Norwood turns into just disaster again. At least a 30-plus yard run there from Betcher. Looks like they're playing some hurry up, but they're not slowing down.
Under 2 minutes to go, third quarter of play. As Leon calling for them to slow up just a bit. Expect a handoff to Dunning here.
Yeah, I mean, right now I think they're just trying to chew off the clock. I'm more interested in trying, what was it, 62-0?
62 is the number.
2 more touchdowns. That I could see it happen.
Kept by Betcher. He pulls it back. He's going the wrong direction, tries to turn upfield. He's able to pick up a couple yards before being pushed out of bounds by Jordan Roach of Norwood.
Yeah, solid showing there from Betcher. Again, we're saying he's pushing, and he's fighting for every yard he possibly can. So it's good for him. He's really showing how he can play, even against a weaker Norwood team. He's showing the kind of versatility he has and how he can be a good quarterback as well. It's really interesting to see the amount of Warrior starters we have on the sidelines here. They're loose. I think they've realized that they're not going to see the field until next Friday, but clearly they've done their job. Here we go, upcoming games. Warriors come to face Williamsburg next upcoming Friday. Last year the game was a thriller, and then the week after that, Indian Hill, which will be a tough game to win, Will. I'll tell you that, tough game to win.
Uphill battle for the Warriors. Indian Hill will be on ICRC-TV right back here with us in 2 weeks. Join me in the booth for that one where we have a great matchup on our hands. Always a great rivalry matchup, but as much as the Warriors were favored in this one, they will be underdogs in that one. But you never know, the way these guys are playing right now, they can overcome a lot.
Yeah, I do remember. I think it was 2 years ago the Warriors pulled out the win against Indian Hill. I believe it was.
One of their only wins in recent memory against Indian Hill when David Dorston played an absolute gem of a game. Indian Hill's star quarterback was hurt for the entirety of his junior year. The Warriors took advantage with a win, but that Indian Hill team is a formidable force. every year.
And if you look at the crowd, even though the Warriors are up big, everyone's still out here showing out, supporting the team, no matter what it is. It just shows the care of the Warrior fan base, and even with a small school, that really matters out here.
2nd and 6 here from the 37-yard line. It will be Betcher on the handoff to Dunning. He presses forward through defenders. Looks like he was taken down by number 64, Jeremiah Weaver.
We currently apologize for the clock issue right now. The time is clicking off starting at 32 seconds, running down right now. Warriors up 48-0, 3rd and 2. Look to keep the momentum going into this end of the 3rd quarter.
3rd and 2. We'll see if they even run a play here, Carter. I would not be surprised to see them just tick it into the 4th quarter, and that's what it looks like Coach Leone wants them to do, as he's currently standing 5 yards onto the field.
I always wonder what maybe what Betcher and Dunning are talking about right now, you know? Ask what homework they got. Do Tuesday, maybe.
Probably a common topic of conversation out there, Carter.
I don't know.
mean, I've never been on the 48-0 side of a football game before, but I imagine you got to find some stuff to do out there.
I mean, yeah, especially when you know you're running the clock out. Lowest scoring quarter for the Warriors so far. Putting up only 7 points.
Yeah, don't go anywhere, guys. 48-0 Warriors playing a gem of a football game. We will see you for the start of the 4th quarter.
Leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again. Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is Unit 1 crew from Little Log Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
All right, welcome back for the 4th quarter of football here from Kusel Stadium. Warriors currently facing 3rd and 2 inside the 35-yard line. Owen Betcher still in the backfield. He is accompanied by number 22, Sam Zuckerberg.
So another showing about how they're putting in some underclassmen here, getting some reps in the varsity game under Friday Night Lights.
They give it to Zuckerberg. Falls forward but short of the 1st down marker. We'll see what the Warriors elect to do here. I'm going to guess they go for it on this 4th down.
Yeah, last 4th and down, Will. Went for it, 4th and long. Went for it with a fake punt, so it'll be interesting to see. They do keep the offense out on the field for this. Looks like 4th and 1 or 2, 4th and short.
4th and 3 is the official marker with the ball on the 34-yard line. Can Norwood stop them for their first stop of this game? They will fake the handoff. Betcher on the keeper, breaks a tackle. He's brought down around the 31-yard line.
Gonna be really close.
Coach Compton thinks it's a 1st down.
Referees are signaling the other way.
And yes, it is a turnover on downs for the Warriors. The first time they have failed to reach the end zone tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that just saying that 4th quarter, first time the Warriors have been stopped, just shows the domination and a show that Coach Leone and his team have put on tonight. It's just nothing but force, and I think this is going to give them a lot of momentum heading into Williamsburg next week.
All right, here comes Norwood. And a slant route over the middle. It's Strunk. He's got big yardage. Whoa, inside Mariemont territory before he slips to the ground. But how about that play?
Boy, say that is the longest play of
And it's not even
Norwood's.
close.
Not even close. I think the longest before that was maybe 7 or 8 yards when they fumbled it back in the first quarter. But boy, yeah, that, again, like we said earlier, just little things for Norwood. If they could just get a big first down like that, at least give them some positives to take away, even though there might not be many.
Bingham looking to throw again. I kind of like him. I like the arm is showing off. He's looking deep. It's Blair. Oh, it's through his hands.
Boy, I tell you, Mr. Blair, DJ Blair, we talked about him all the way up until this game. Talked about how passionate he is about this game, even while being on a team that isn't 100%, just still giving it his all out there no matter what, and just misses the catch there.
Mahmoud Ali, I think, is the Warrior down around the 25-yard line, but he pops up, and he will jog over to the sideline.
Always good to see.
Oh, what a ball from Logan Bingham. Carter, I got to be honest with you. How is he not the starting quarterback?
From what I've seen, the couple throws, one, yeah, don't know how he's not the starting quarterback. Two, how did he throw for 34 yards last week? Because
I mean, this is some quality balls that he's thrown so far.
I mean, straight up, kid's got an arm. I'm excited to see what he can do the rest of the season.
Yeah, I legitimately think that their offense would be a little more potent with him at the helm, but we're getting to see it in the second half here. Empty backfield set on 2nd and 10. He will flip it out to Blair, the man who just had it slip through his hands, and he will pick up a first down, turning up the sideline.
And really, I think that's the first we've really seen from Blair.
Yeah, getting to show off the wheels a little bit. You can kind of see where those sparks come from for the star receiver. Check it out again here on your screen.
Yeah, clearly sees that once Blair can get the ball in his hands, he can really take off. But I think it's just the fact that the Warriors have held the passing game, especially earlier when Cavante Williams was in at quarterback. It's really well. I feel like that was a questionable move from Coach
Yeah,
Money.
I don't know. I mean, he's clearly kind of a do-it-all kind of guy. He ran for a touchdown last week, probably from the quarterback position. But Logan Bingham, definitely more of a true quarterback with the arm that he's got. He's going to roll out left here. Got room to run if he wants it. Turns and throws it up the field. Wide open is Strunk, and he will score a deep ball and a touchdown from the Norwood Indians. How about these guys coming alive in the fourth quarter?
Big thing from Norwood. Will, I don't think we're going to break the biggest margin of victory.
It will not be a shutout.
Will not be a shutout. So, I mean, at least Norwood can take it out from that. But at this point, I don't think Leone is too worried. He's got his JV team in there. Starters have been out since the end of the first half. Really just giving some other kids some reps. And when you're playing a varsity team against a JV team, Norwood will show why they're still a solid team when they're playing a worse team.
All right, so the first time we've gotten to see the Norwood kicking unit come out to play here. And it will be Mr. Williams. Yes, Cavante Williams and Logan Bingham in the backfield here. They're going to snap it to Williams, who will go wildcat to the left, and he will not even get close. So it will stay at just 6 points for the Indians.
Yeah, another thing I mentioned about earlier and throughout this game was how important a kicking unit is, and clearly Norwood does not have a strong kicker to the point where they have to call wildcats. This is where I was saying earlier with Shatui and how he put through a lot of extra points, and even, don't forget, Mitchell Barr was able to put an extra point for the team tonight. So when you have someone that can get that extra point for you, it'll really matter when it comes down to crunch time. But obviously Norwood is one of those teams like Mariemont last year that has to run that go-for-two player, that wildcat play with Williams and Bingham.
So 7 minutes to play here, 48-6 is the margin. Warrior offense will come back onto the field. Talon Vianello walking to the sideline. It would appear that his night is done just based on the way that the substitutions have kind of gone.
Yeah, I mean, numerous starters that you see now on the bench, especially Mayer, Evan List, Andrew Duckwall, Finn Ward. They've all been off for a while, so I think that's why Leon could, has no worries letting up 6 tonight.
And you can hear on your, I don't know if this is just me whose headset is getting this, or if the camera got this too, some heavy cheering for Davis Kaler, the guy I was excited about earlier. Sam Kaler is a senior at the Mariemont High School, plays on the lacrosse team. Me and a lot of my buddies, a lot of the other guys in the senior class, big fans of Mr. Davis Kaler. He's a freshman this year. We were hoping to see him get into the game at some point, and we've gotten our wish. Oh, and now Hilton takes up the sideline. He brings it just shy of midfield on the return.
Yeah, gonna put the Warriors in scoring position. You know, like I say, Will, always love showing out for the fresh. You know, any sport, golf, football, any time a freshman can get some love on the team, it's always great to see.
We'll see if they call his number at all on this drive. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a bunch of handoffs, but you'll notice we do have a running clock going on here. The clock is currently ticking down from 6 minutes and 20 seconds, despite the fact that normally after a kickoff you would see a dead ball.
So, Will, I'm starting to notice to our right, the man that I've noticed that is running through replays of the plays related to the football team is now leaving the area.
Wonder if his film work is done for the night.
I would have to agree so, possibly.
Might go down there and try and get in on the celebration of this win. Betcher in the backfield here, joined by Zuckerberg again. Zuckerberg picks up a handful of yards there, makes it 2nd and 8, it looks like. 2nd and 7, maybe. We apologize for the lack of a scoreboard on your screen right now. We're having a little bit of difficulty in the booth, but 48-6 Warriors with 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go. 2nd and 8 from the 47-yard line is the current situation.
You know, Will, when it's a fun sight to see when the Warriors start putting out freshmen that I'm not familiar with. You'll see in your bottom right of your screen, number 84, David Martinez. I'm not going to lie, I'm not familiar with the freshman class.
Haven't gotten to know him too well, but I'm sure he's going to do great things for this football team.
I'm excited to see what he can do with this play.
Zuckerberg bounces to the outside. He's got some yards. He's got a first down, his first of the night. Good to see that from the sophomore.
Just under 5 minutes now, 2nd and 8. Just Warriors have been kind of coasting since that first half. They scored a touchdown. That's 2 touchdowns, actually, and that's about it. Hang on. It says 54-6 on the scoreboard. Scoreboard on the live feed is wrong. Or not on our feed, but in the stadium. There we go. Now it's back to normal. We apologize for that.
First and 10 from the 44-yard line here for the Warriors. I mean, they are just letting this time tick away like crazy right now, Carter. And, I mean, why not when you're up by 42 points?
Yeah, definitely just trying to put the game away quickly. You know, no need to score anymore. Game's done.
Betcher's going to keep this one. Flag is down. Another flag is down. And Betcher is tackled at the 40-yard line.
Some life there as 15 on Norwood. Bryson Willis shows a bit of emotion there.
Yeah, getting pretty pumped up.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's good to see. I'm happy to see it. It's always tough to kind of see a team react after a big loss, but, you know, just getting that big tackle. You know, Willis, good to see his reaction there, you know, getting some life into the team.
Yeah, this one's going to be against the Warriors. Going to back up 10 yards.
Something I want to mention, offensive line has been very solid tonight.
Yeah, severe decrease in the amount of penalties we've seen this week versus last week against Oakwood. Love to see that.
Yeah, I think we're only at about 2 or maybe 3 either holdings or false starts tonight, which is compared to the 12 they had last week against Oakwood. So big
Zuckerberg has a hole to run through. He will get back into Norwood territory before being brought down.
Clips the 3-minute mark on our clock. 2:42 is the official time. Sorry if that's not correctly updated on the scoreboard.
Third and 13 for the Warriors. We'll see if they go to the air, but I doubt it with just 2 minutes to go.
Like I keep saying, really killing the clock here. As you can see, if you look over to the right,
Betcher just keeps it here. He's going to have a chance at a first down, and he will have a first down and more. Can he get to the end zone? Brought down at the 10-yard line by number 14, Sam Mayfield, the freshman. But Betcher busts a big run there.
You know, well, just before that play happened, the students are already lining up under the fabled bell that we have here at Kusel Stadium after the Warriors win. All the players will run by and ring the bell, and good sight to see. With 2 minutes to go, they're already lining up, ready for the victory.
Is that the official name for it, Carter? The fabled bell, or did you just kind of?
I just came up with
Okay, I
it.
wasn't sure.
I wish I knew the name for it.
Yeah.
I don't, but we're coming up with names on the fly here.
Minute 20 to go in this one as the Warriors have first and goal from the 10-yard line.
Coach Leon looks like he's ready to line up as a receiver. He's so far on the field.
They might try and come catch a couple passes, pad his own stats a little bit at this point.
And it's
going to be victory formation. The Warriors will not attempt to score any more points in this one.
Well, I was really hoping they would pull off a 62-plus point victory here. I was really hoping to break some records tonight on the call, but nonetheless, phenomenal game from the Warriors. Dominated from the inside out, offense, defense, you name it. Just a great showing out here from the Warriors as they look to play Williamsburg next week and take another W.
Yeah, it's going to be a big matchup next week with Williamsburg. In my time at the high school, at least, the Warriors have never had a losing record in non-conference play in those 3 games. And so 1-1 headed up to play the Wildcats. If they can pick up a win there, get themselves to above 500 on the season before they take on Indian Hill to begin league play on ICRC-TV, that'd be a big thing for them after dropping their first game of the year. But we shall see how that matchup goes next week.
Yeah, definitely. Huge win for the Warriors, 48-6. Will, any more extra comments as we
as
sign
time
off
winds down here, we can count down together 3, 2, 1, and this one is official. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us here on ICRC-TV. Once again, thank you to everyone who made this production possible. I've been Will Stevens alongside Carter McGahee. We want to see you guys right back here in 2 weeks' time as the Warriors will take on the Braves of Indian Hill to start CHL play. It's been a lot of fun. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, I'll get you some help. All right, cool. Oh boy. Yeah, well, I mean, this is what happens when you're doing the